Bethesda's E3 conference wasn't exactly the most appeasing thing in my entire life. It was a massive letdown. And there's also something that's pissing a lot of people off, which is very understandable. And as you can see, the like to dislike ratio kind of shows how much hate is getting thrown at this. This is the Creation Club for Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition. The E3 announced trailer now has 36,000 dislikes and 2,000 likes. That's really negative. There's a lot of stuff like, you don't fucking learn, do you? Can't wait to pay $9.99 for high resolution horse genitals. EA just got competition. People are not a fan of this. And we're gonna go ahead and watch it. I'm gonna pause it a few different times and talk about a few different things that are being said here.
Bethesda Game Studios is known for creating open living worlds with seemingly limitless gameplay content. But what if there was another way to experience even more? Something all new. Introducing Creation Club, a collection of new game content for Skyrim and Fallout 4, including new weapons.
They're starting off with not the greatest thing in the first place. They should have started with like quest mods and, you know, people would actually be really willing to pay for, like Falscar, Enderall, New Vegas bounties. Obviously this isn't New Vegas, but you get my point. If they were to start off with big quest mods, you know, are worth paying for instead of like an individual weapon or an individual piece of armor, which I'm sorry, I wouldn't personally pay for. But let's go ahead and continue. Hopefully we'll see a little more than just weapons and armor.
New armor.
And also, I actually want to go back to that. The Chinese stealth suit. This is already being made in a mod by like possibly Unoctium or Dogtooth, but it's been made twice, and it's also been in previous Fallout games. So the fact that it's being now sold is just a little fucking stupid. But let's go ahead and continue.
New outfits and accessories.
I personally wouldn't pay for backpack mods, but if you would pay for a backpack mod, let me know.
Accessories. New crafting and housing features. Even new gameplay enhancements.
Gameplay enhancements. I would definitely purchase gameplay enhancements, as long as they're not bug fixes, as long as they're not like in an unofficial patch. If it's something that changes the actual gameplay, if it's like a dodging mod for Skyrim, for example, I would definitely pay for something like that because it changes the gameplay experience and it's not the original gameplay experience, so it's not like they cut out the content and now they're selling it.
Using Creation Club is easy. Browse the selection in-game by...
Okay, so right here, they're going to be talking about purchasing credits. Yes, you have to purchase credits, which I don't know whether they thought that this was a way of saying this isn't paid mods. You still have to purchase credits to purchase the mods. So you're still technically, whether you're buying credits or not, you're still buying the fucking mods. So it's still paid mods, and you'll understand why I'm emphasizing the fact that these are paid mods. I do want to kind of fight both sides. This isn't paid mods like it was before. This is a million times better than what Bethesda tried to pull on Steam. This is the best I would say it could possibly ever get for paying for mods. I'm going to be completely honest, this is probably going to get a little bit of hate, but I'm kind of intrigued to see what this brings. It could either be very awesome, it could bring some great things and add some great things that we didn't have in the first place, or it could be a complete fucking disaster and ruin the modding community. There's so many possibilities. We're just gonna have to wait and see.
Category and use credits to download right there.
So what I really want to know right now, I'm sorry that I'm pausing this so many times. I'll leave the video linked in the description. What I really want to know, this is something I haven't seen anyone talk about. I want to know how much credits are actually worth, because for example, survival mode. If I'm paying for fucking survival mode and it's 500 credits, if that's like $5, I don't know if I'm gonna pay $5 for survival mode, and especially if it's like $1 per 100 or something along those lines. I'm not gonna spend $1.50 for fucking dwarven mud crab. Pricing is definitely a really big factor on this one, and if they don't get that right, if mod authors and also Bethesda Game Studios and the third-party developers themselves don't get that right, it's gonna be a fucking disaster, and people are just gonna go ahead and recreate those mods and put them out for free. Because if you're gonna try and scam people for like individual bow or dwarven mud crab, and you're gonna make them pay a couple dollars for it, that's a big fuck you, because that's the kind of silly shit that you would get for free. And also I want to point out that this is not exactly the highest resolution right there, but whatever.
There. Your new content will appear automatically. Creation Club content is made by Bethesda Game Studios and outside developers, including the very best community creators.
So before I let this continue, I want to make it clear that this is mainly apparently going to be coming from Bethesda Game Studios and third-party developers. Say, for example, Arcane Studios or someone like that. Or hey, Obsidian, if you really want to go there. And then the best of the best community. The reason why I'm interested in this is because of what's about to be said, so let's go ahead and listen to that.
Outside creators work hand in hand with Bethesda Game Studios, which means all content will be fully compatible with your save games, achievements, and official add-ons.
Okay, so what actually was just said here, there's actually going to be a process, and they're going to be working together with the mod developers to make sure that it doesn't have any issues, and it works with the game itself, it works with any of the other DLC. That is something that currently we do not have with the current free mods. It's something that I would love to see, because there will literally be moments where I install a mod that has nothing to do with another mod, and it will break my game and cause a crash, and it's really annoying. So if there's going to be this approval process, they have to go through stuff. I'm excited for that, because at least we know we won't be getting completely half-assed content. It'll be held to a higher standard. Not that mods are not already at a high standard, but they'll be held to a higher standard when you're paying for them. So that is something that you need to keep in mind. These are not going to be like the infinite caps mods or anything like that. These are going to be, I'd assume, the best of the best mods. So let's continue.
Creation Club is coming this summer for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Something I want to note there is they said PlayStation 4. Now, since all this is curated, I'd assume that Sony would probably allow that. I know you can barely fucking see me, but since this is all curated content and they go through the approval process and Bethesda is kind of taking responsibility for this stuff and it's being paid for, I'm sure Sony and Microsoft are somehow going to get a cut out of that. But if indeed PS4 players can get external assets with these mods right here, that's a big thing for PlayStation 4 owners, because the thing is the mod selection isn't the greatest. It's still pretty good, but it's nowhere near Xbox One and PC. So if we could see some awesome features and awesome armors and quest mods and stuff like that go over to PlayStation 4 because of this, that's going to be pretty awesome, at least for the PlayStation 4 owners. Hopefully in the end, it's good news for everyone. Hopefully it just brings us more mods than normal, because a lot of people out there just don't seem to understand that mod authors truly do, at least a lot of them, like putting their stuff out there for free. It's just the big teams and stuff like that I would say that they deserve to be paid for it because of the immense amount of work that they put into their mods, the quality that's put out. And you can't argue that some of the mods out there don't match or even go beyond what Bethesda has done themselves.
Creation Club. The worlds of Fallout 4 and Skyrim just got a little bit bigger.
Alright, so that's the end of the video, and a lot of people just took out of that video, this is Paid Mods 2.0, and this is the end of the modding community, and that's not really the case. It's not the greatest thing to come out of the Bethesda E3 event, especially because we already didn't really see that much. We saw Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, which was awesome. The Evil Within 2, which looked awesome. And Dishonored Death of the Outsider. The only thing here that really surprised me, at least, was the Dishonored Death of the Outsider. That is because Wolfenstein 2 was leaked at the last E3, so we already knew that was coming. And then the Evil Within 2 has been leaked 5,000 fucking times. They didn't have anything that surprised us, which Sony had, and Microsoft had, and even Ubisoft had. Bethesda, you really need to pick up your game for the next Bethesda E3 if you're going to do one next year. And if you're not going to do one next year, I would say that's actually better than if you kind of slack off with stuff like this again, because I'm sorry, 2 games and a standalone DLC just ain't cutting it, and then telling us that paid mods are coming. I'm kind of in the middle on this one. I'm kind of teeter-tottering a little bit. The moment I saw it, I got excited, and then I realized, oh my god, this is fucking paid mods. And then I got pissed off, and I was gonna make a whole ranting video, completely slamming Bethesda. Gave it some time. That's why I kind of like giving stuff like this time. Let myself kind of have it sink in to my final thoughts, and that's sort of what this video is. But before I go ahead and end off this video, I do want to also go through the Creation Club page, which does have an FAQ and everything. I'm going to quickly read through some of this stuff just to give you a little bit more information on this, and we'll dig a little deeper. So, features new items, abilities, and gameplay created by Bethesda Game Studios and outside development partners, including the best community creators. So they're going to the best community creators. They're not opening this up to absolutely everyone, which I feel was a really big issue, or at least was one of the very big issues with paid mods when it first came out on Steam. That's definitely solved on this one. Creation Club content is fully curated and compatible with the main game and official add-ons. And then they've got an FAQ. What types of content will be included in Creation Club? Creation Club will feature a wide variety of content, including but not limited to weapons, apparel, world, characters, creatures, and gameplay. What platforms will Creation Club support? Creation Club will be available in summer 2017 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC for Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition. And I want to point out that they're not saying anything about there not being external assets on the PlayStation 4. So hopefully that means we will indeed see mods that are available with external assets. Because if they come out last moment or they delay it on PlayStation 4 and then say, oh shit, sorry, right, we can't have external assets, we forgot, that's gonna piss a lot of fucking people off. How do I get Creation Club content? Creation Club is available via in-game digital marketplaces in both Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition and purchased with credits. Credits are available for purchase on PSN, Xbox Live, and Steam. Your credits are transferable and can be used in both games on the same platform, so I don't think you can switch it between platforms, obviously. Can I become a creator? Whether you are a professional developer, artist, or modder, you can apply to be a creator here. Be ready to share your work you've done as part of your application. This is what the application page looks like. If I'm accepted to be a creator, what can I create and what is the dev process? Creators are required to submit documentation pitches which go through an approval process. That is very important. All content must be new and original, so it cannot be stolen assets, obviously, but it also can't be previously made mods that are now being taken away and then shoved onto Creation Club. That's not going to be allowed. Once a concept is approved, a development schedule with alpha, beta, and release milestones is created. Creations go through our full development pipeline, which creators participate in. Bethesda Game Studio developers work with creators to iterate and polish their work along with full QA cycles. The content is fully localized as well. This ensures compatibility with the original game, official add-ons, and achievements, which is fantastic news that is going to perfectly work with everything, and it's going to have this full alpha, beta, and release milestones along with QA cycles. All of this is amazing news. This is going to bring us the best of the best to here, and it should, keyword should, bring us only mods that work perfectly and don't have any issues, and don't have any issues with each other either. Are creators paid for their work? Yes. Just like our own game developers, creators are paid for their work and start receiving payment as soon as their proposal is accepted and through development milestones. This is very interesting because it seems like they're being paid as if they were game developers, which means they're going to be paid while they're creating the work. They're not, I don't know if they're going to be paid commissions for when it's sold or whether they're just going to be paid while they're working on the content, which is very interesting. I don't know how they're going to try to figure that out because there's not really a way to properly track how many hours they're putting into it, but definitely very interesting. Is Creation Club paid mods? This is the most hilarious thing and is also what is pissing a lot of people off. Oh, I need a breather before this one and a little bit of a sip of water. No, mods will remain a free and open system where anyone can create and share what they'd like. Also, we won't allow any existing mods to be retrofitted into Creation Club. It must all be original content, which is awesome information, but yes, it is fucking paid mods because you're paying for mods. Not only Bethesda Game Studios and third-party developers, but also the community, so modders. So you're paying for mods. Call it what it is. Don't try to bullshit and lie about it. Personally, right now, I don't have an issue with this coming. It's just what this ends up doing after it releases. Most of the Creation Club content is created internally, some with external partners who have worked on our games, and some by external creators. So I want to point out that apparently most of the Creation Club content is created internally by Bethesda themselves, which I find very interesting because I don't know if that's going to stay a fact for too long after this comes out, because if a lot of mod authors apply, how is Bethesda going to keep up with the amount of mod developers? It's, I don't know. I don't think that will stay true for very long. All the content is approved, curated, and taken through the full internal dev cycle. We've already gone over this, including localization, polishing, and testing. This also guarantees that all content works together. Gone over this. We've looked at many ways to do paid mods, and the problems outweigh the benefits. We've encountered many of those issues before, but there's a constant demand from our fans to add more official, high-quality content to our games, and while we are able to create a lot of it, we think many in our community have the talent to work directly with us and create some amazing new things, which I fully agree. Creation Club is not the end of the world. In fact, it could possibly better the modding community, and it could possibly bring us way more mods because more people are going to be willing to make mods when they can also get paid for it. We already have a ton of mod developers out there. You can go on the Nexus and a lot of the mod pages say this mod will stay free forever. Most of those mod authors will never charge for their mods, and they probably won't sign up for this program unless they're planning on creating a really badass mod. I don't think that this is going to be the end of the world. I hope it also won't be overpriced as hell. I have hopes that this will be better than everyone thinks it is. It's not. I don't think it's going to be doomsday when this comes out in the summer. I think this actually has potential to hopefully get people to change their mind on mods, because a lot of people, they take mod authors for granted a lot of the time. You can go ahead and go back on some of my previous videos and read the disgusting, fucked up comments that people leave about mod authors. It's honestly disgusting. These people put hundreds of hours into creating something for you, and you talk shit about them. That's just fucking bullshit. I find it absolutely disgusting. I think that professional mods, when they go through all of this development internal dev cycle, I think it definitely will be worth to pay for at least some of the mods. Not all of them. Probably will never buy an individual armor set or an individual weapon, but I will buy a weapon pack. I will buy an armor pack. I will buy a gameplay overhaul if it's pretty damn badass. I will buy a massive quest mod like Enderall. But we're just gonna have to wait and see what exactly this does, because I don't think it's gonna be as bad as you think it is. So anyways, until next time, this is Epoxy signing off.